Hello ladies and gentlemen, I'm Jams, and today we're back with another episode of A Challenger Approaches. This one is kind of like a sort of failed attempt or failed take. I managed to beat the boss in question, but it really was not to my liking and how I ended up doing it. I wasn't expecting it to take so long. But anyways, today we have a boss added by the Royal Edition of Final Fantasy XV, Omega. This one's an homage to a super boss that first appeared in Final Fantasy V, and its incarnation here is extremely durable. It doesn't have as much HP as the Adamantoids or whatever, but it compensates that by having a ridiculous 99% resistance to everything except electricity and the royal arms. That means it takes only 1% damage from almost all of your attacks. And that's gonna make it take forever to kill. Yeah, especially as your allies too. I spend a lot of time floundering around as Gladio early on in this fight, doing pretty much no damage whatsoever. Now the trick here, that what you're supposed to do is use its quote-unquote weakness to electricity, because it has a 20% resistance to electricity, but that means it still takes 80% damage from it rather than the measly scratch damage that Gladio is doing here. Anyways, here I just kind of end up floundering around a lot, and as for its attacks, they're fast and they hit hard. I mean, you saw how it opened up with an extremely powerful laser that pretty much instantly KO'd some of the bros.
Try this. Any last words?
I think if you, preferably, you're going to want to use either Noctis in the Royal Arms or Prompto with, I believe it was the Clever's Talisman that gave him infinite ammo on his assault rifle, or submachine gun, sorry, and just unload away. The catch here is that its weak point is the antenna, but if you focus on it for too long, Omega goes absolutely apeshit and starts charging all over the place after unleashing like a sort of superpowered force field attack. But during this period of time as well, he actually loses his resistances to conventional weaponry, but that doesn't really say much. It still takes barely any damage from your regular attacks. In fact, this fight took me over an hour to finish, so later on in this video I'm going to be cutting to a later point just to cut out some of the fluff here, because I don't think anybody's going to be watching this for an entire goddamn hour. Especially since I don't wise up, I guess. I keep trying to attack because I'm convinced that maybe if I get Gladio's rage meter up, I could actually do more damage. But yeah, this thing's defenses are a bit too ridiculous. I mean, I guess I'm going to probably try this fight again in the future and upload a new version of it where I actually use lightning magic on it. The trick I've seen a lot of people use is to farm materials that let them craft limit break magic so they can break the damage cap. And it does an absurd amount of damage to this thing. Like, you can kill it in 5 minutes if you know what you're doing. But yeah, I guess other than that, not really much to say there. I hope you guys had a good 2018. I personally did, kind of. I'm looking forward to what 2019 has to offer. Definitely.
Let's go, Prompto.
As of this recording, it's only January 12th for sure now, so there's still some time left before Kingdom Hearts 3 comes out. I'm super hyped for it. I love the series. In fact, it's Kingdom Hearts 358 Days Over 2. Yeah, I know, poor choice of starting title, but 358 Days Over 2 was my first proper introduction to action RPGs. And I've been in love with the series ever since. I've loved how it was able to integrate the Disney elements in a way where I could actually take them seriously. And if anything, it's made me actually like Disney too. Kingdom Hearts gave me a bigger appreciation for Disney, and I guess the versatility of its characters, especially Mickey, Donald, and Goofy, given the kind of settings that they appear in a lot, right down to the darker ones of Kingdom Hearts.
What's a minute after 10 years?
Now, as for the story of KH, personally, I'm gonna have to say this right now. This is a controversial opinion on my end, but if you've played the games and you still don't understand the story, then I don't know what the fuck is going on with you. I mean, not to be rude, but I think the story of the KH series is not that complicated or hard to follow. It's just the fact that it's kind of ambitious in the sense that it stretches out over the course of like 10 or so games, I think. 10 or so main series games anyways. And I guess there's just not that many mainstream franchises that do this. I mean, there's a lot of other franchises I can think of in gaming that do this too. You've got, the Mass Effect trilogy, obviously, you're going to want to play from start to finish with the original game. You got to play it in order. And there's also the Xenosaga series, which I'm playing through right now. It's pretty heavily story focused, with a lot of complex and fascinating lore. And I think the big one is the Kiseki series, or Trails. Like The Legend of Heroes, Trails in the Sky, Trails of Cold Steel. Those games, it's like, I think it's like 8 games so far, like over the course of 3 story arcs. I think it's more than 8, but it's over the course of 3 story arcs, and each one has
Leave it to me.
a new cast of characters, but takes place on the same continent, just in a different part of that continent. There's a lot of world building, and the amount of text in those games is absurd, and it makes localization efforts for Exceed pretty difficult. I mean, kudos to them because they had the balls to take on such an ambitious series and actually bring it west. Unfortunately, though, it's going to be a while before we get Trails of Cold Steel 3 and 4. And I'm excited for those two, but man, we don't know when we're gonna get those games. But yeah, anyways, my point is that KH3 is not the only franchise that has a deep. Deep is kind of subjective, but it's not the only game with a heavily involved story. It's not the only game franchise with a heavily involved story that takes place over the course of multiple different titles. Far from it. Anyways, I will let things play out from here, ladies and gentlemen. I'll probably cut a lot of this out because, again, it's me beating on this thing for an hour, and it gets pretty dull because you're just going to be watching Prompto shooting at this thing for up to like a minute straight, I would say, at most. Anyways, if you like what you see, ladies and gentlemen, please like and subscribe. Every bit of support helps this channel grow, and I hope to bring new stuff to you in the future, I suppose. Well, we'll see you next time.
Get it knocked! On it. Gladio, what do you say we give it another shot?
We're going all in.
Ready when you are, Gladio.
We did it.
Yeah, we did! Oh, the Omega's might knew no equal. Until today.